So next piece of information is Hasbro released a press release to their investors about what is going to be the future of the Transformer brand from a media standpoint on television. And after Robots in Disguise concludes later this year, they are going to be releasing their next TV series, which is called Transformers Cyberverse. Some people are speculating it's just a placeholder name for now. Others feel that this will be the standalone name. This is something that we've been kind of hearing rumors about because there was media and merchandising that recently leaked out of a little. I don't know if anyone has seen these before. I see them a lot in bookstores and stuff. It's like it's a giant kids book and it comes with little PVC figures and it's of many media franchises. They do them for My Little Pony, Ninja Turtles, Star Wars. And what these books are usually, it's a very thick book that has a little spot that holds a whole bunch of PVC figures, and within the book, each page explains what that character is. And one of these books came out that doesn't relate to anything we have in terms of the look or feel of right now of Transformers, and people have speculated that this is a book that's going to be related to this new Transformers Cyberverse series. And it shows Optimus Prime in a very unique design, Bumblebee in a very unique design, Hot Rod is in it, Soundwave is in it, but again, a very unique design for Soundwave. And people have speculated this might be related to this Cyberverse thing. More stuff has started to surface now, especially with the name being revealed, and seeing the font style, if you will, for this title, and connecting it to that piece of merchandising that was leaked online. It's kind of like how we learned how Optimus Prime in the Michael Bay movies, we first learned how he looked from a beach towel that got leaked. Like literally, like there was a beach towel company that was manufacturing the beach towels, and the photo of G1 Prime, not G1, movie Prime on the beach towel got out there, and we had our first like real look of how he looked like outside of like control art.
Right.
And so it's kind of the same thing here where we're kind of learning that. The only thing I just want to just touch on is just I'm not really a fan of the name, and I've always hated it when Transformers series were named after something that was such a common thing within the mythos. Like when Transformers Energon was called Energon, it was just like, I'm like, like okay, sure, because that's the central theme of the series.
That's the thing they're trying to get all the time.
And then it was like, and then transform, but in Japanese, at least they called it Super Link, which is the gimmick
where
of this.
yeah.
And then with Transformers Cybertron, again, it's like, oh, do you have to call it Cybertron, And again, because it centers around, Primus and stuff like that. But in Japan, it was called Galaxy Force because they're traveling from planet to planet. So again, not having to use a common term. But I understand why they do this because, hey, Cybertron's already trademarked.
Yeah, might as well use it.
Might as well just use it.
We'd be stupid not to use it.
And again, like moving forward into Transformers Animated, like I was never really a fan of that title because it's like, well, every Transformers series was animated. And then Transformers Prime, it's like really, like it's, I've always hated that where they just go for, like there's no originality with the names. The thing with Cyberverse is a price point, It's like if you were buying Transformer toys during Dark of the Moon, the third movie, Cyberverse was that play price point for what the Legends class was. Like the Ark spaceship was for the Cyberverse price point. So it's like, as when you take what is Transformers mythos and you go, oh, here's Transformers Cyberverse, people could look at it and go, oh, Transformers, the small price point toy line, like it's confusing. And again, when you put stuff through the old Google machine, it's like other things will come up. And that's something I've never, like, if you type Transformers Legends, just type that in Google, you get a Japanese toy line, a European toy line, a comic book, another series, a BotCon exclusive comic, a novel. Like Transformers Legends was like a million different things. And because no one wanted to be unique when they were naming stuff.
But
So
that could be just because it's just easier for people to remember.
I get well
Because
because
you got Transformers. Like everyone kind of knows what
because it's
Transformers, but
I
which one?
because it's catchy, I imagine,
Yeah,
and I think it's part of it with people. It's because it's catchy for the people with coming up with the ideas. The other part of it is, like I mentioned before, it's also like probably a trademarking thing. I think in this case, it's more of a trademarking thing. They're probably like, well, we haven't used the Cyberverse trademark in a while now, and it's
yeah.
probably expiring, and we probably have to refresh it, and we might as well use it. So they're just throwing it out there, and since they don't want to use it as a price point term, they'll use it instead as, or a play point term, they're going to use it
Being,
instead as a title.
but it'd be funny because I'm looking at the rest of this content roadmap, and it shows core kids from ages 6 to 10, and it says Cyberverse. Maybe that could be it too. That it's like, oh, we're just gonna put these price points in here. You can only be up to a certain point to a certain point.
No, it's more
It'd just be funny. It'd just be way easier for them. Like, okay,
the
Cyberverse.
content roadmap, which Wendell's referring to, which was something that that's in the TFW news post of this, is I was shown to investors, which it shows what are the core audiences that each one of these products are aimed at, and the age groups 6 to 10 is more the television series is, which I'm seeing this is concerning because one of Robots in Disguise 2.0's biggest weakness was that it was aimed at a younger audience.
Mm.
Considering the fact that Rescue Bots exists, I don't know why they do that because
Well, I
Rescue.
think again, Rescue Bots is more for preschoolers,
But
and then
if you watch Rescue Bots and you watch Robots in Disguise, despite the fact that one is really lacking a thread of Decepticons, they both really have the same kind of storytelling
mm,
in terms of what's the word I'm looking for? Urgency, I guess is the
right,
best way to put it. I mean, yeah, it's a little more adult, if you will, and I'm only saying this mildly when it comes to Robots in Disguise, also because the designs are more hard edge,
right.
and because there's actually Decepticons in general. But I mean, I really hope Cyberverse isn't in that same vein. I mean, as much as Transformer Prime, for all the flaws that it had, at least it was a dark series, trying to be something that was like a big mythos thing. So I kind of hope that this is something that's more aimed towards it because like a plus 10 audience, which they feel that it's not for a plus 10 audience. They feel that the plus 10 audience should be more interested in stuff the Generations line is putting out right now,
Mm.
which is interesting because that's something that's aimed more towards the older fan audience.
Yeah, which they
Um,
show here in the roadmap, which is ages 10 and up.
yeah.
And they
So
show a black guy with an Autobot logo that's been
photoshopped on there.
photoshopped on, and then they actually show a girl dressed up with
Optimus
blue
Prime.
hair and like the helmet kind of thing.
I
Like
saw
it's actually a fan photo. That like it's
that
weird that that one is an
the,
actual fan photo, not a stock photo.
the black guy stock photo with the Autobot logo just photoshopped on. That's like literally like the first image you get when you type Autobot like Windows icon.
Oh wow!
Like no,
You know what's even more
because
messed up? That
I'm so
reminds me.
familiar with that image. You know,
What's even more messed up is that that is very similar to the Autobot T-shirt I made, which is like turquoise and it has the Autobot logo vinyl on the left hand side or the right hand side
on the sleeve.
on the sleeve. So it's just like, what? This is super. Is someone following me?
They just have to put jazz on it or something.
Well, that was my intent, but that
Maybe they
never
think you're
panned out.
10 or not. um, Either way, so this is the Cyberverse line. We don't know much of it, but it's something they just wanted to put out there. We're gonna learn more about this as it develops. It's being done by
Hmm.
Boulder Media Studios, which unfortunately we don't know much about right now. So we'll learn more about this come 2018 after RID 2.0 concludes at the end of this year.